Story Tree. It's me, Miss Moss again. We're reading another great story today, and we're really happy you came by. Thanks for coming. Today we're reading Mrs. Brice's Mice, story and pictures by Sid Hoff. Mrs. Brice had 25 mice. She fed her mice the finest cheese. She washed and dried them behind their ears, so they were always clean. Mrs. Brice loved to sing for them. When she played the piano, 24 little mice danced around her. One very small mouse danced on top of her hand. He was afraid to fall between the keys. When Mrs. Brice went to bed, 12 little mice slept on one side of her. 12 little mice slept on the other side. One very small mouse slept on the clock in case he wanted to know what time it was. In the morning, Mrs. Brice did exercises. She stretched her arms and legs. She bent over and touched her toes with her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 24 little mice did exercises too. They stretched, they bent, they touched their toes. One very small mouse kept on sleeping. "It's time for our walk," said Mrs. Brice. 12 little mice walked in front of her. 12 little mice walked in back. One very small mouse sat on top of Mrs. Brice's hat so he could see where they were going. He saw a cat. 12 little mice ran this way. 12 little mice ran that way. One very small mouse jumped down to the ground and ran this way and that. He ran so many different ways, the cat got tired of chasing him and went back to whatever he had been doing. "What a clever little mouse you are," said Mrs. Brice. "Now we can go buy some food." 24 little mice sat in a cart and enjoyed the ride. One very small mouse sat in front. They went up one aisle. They went down another. Mrs. Brice bought food in cans, food in jars, cold food, hot food. "Now we can go home," said Mrs. Brice. 24 little mice were glad, but one very small mouse kept on leading the way. He led them to the dairy counter. Mrs. Brice bought a nice big cheese. Then she and her mice went home to eat it. After they ate, Mrs. Brice sang and played the piano. 24 mice danced around her. One very small mouse kept right on eating. You know, that reminds me of a song. Hold on, I've got an idea. How about a good old song of Three Blind Mice? Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife. She cut off their heads with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a thing in your life as three blind mice? Three blind mice. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed our little special treat. Come back next week.